What up, homies, and welcome back to another Achievements Are Impossible, where we 100% a game and give ourselves a new challenge. Today, we're playing Portal. Portal is a first-person puzzle game where we are essentially a lab rat put through deadly chambers in the name of robotic testing. This game has 15 achievements, which is the lowest amount of achievements in a game that we've gone for so far, but I promise there's a lot to talk about here. At this point in my editing, I did notice I was not recording my Steam overlay, so unfortunately the achievements will not pop up in the bottom right corner until about like 3/4 of the way through the video. I'm really sorry about that. We start off in what appears to be our living space. We listen to a robot ramble onto us, and then release us through a portal for a test. The first few chambers are quite low maintenance, but we end up getting our portal gun. As soon as we get it, we start blasting cameras because the game has multiple achievements that run across one playthrough. This run will be focusing on camera shy, which is taking out every camera that we can. So at this point we've made it through the first 5 levels and have taken out about 1/3 of the cameras, but this is where the game starts to introduce new mechanics that aren't, oh, go get the box, oh, put the box on the button. It really starts to add mechanics that include more precise timing and momentum through portal physics. Even with these new mechanics, we continue flying through the puzzles until we hit about Chamber 11. This is where we unlock our orange portal. When we pick up the second portal, we unlock Lab Rat. We skip ahead all the way to Chamber 15, where we take out a camera, but it's also time to go for our second achievement. This one requires us to fall 30,000 feet. I felt like this took an unusually long amount of time, to the point where I didn't know if I was doing something wrong, or if the achievement was even not working. We fell for such a long period of time. I wrote a cookbook, cooked every meal in it, ate them over the course of a week, grew some plants, drove across the country, took my car on a cruise, walked a dog in Europe, and then biked back to my computer, and we were still falling. Then we unlocked terminal velocity. In the following chamber, we're introduced to little robot turrets. We pick one of these little buddies up and smack him into his friend, which unlocks friendly fire. In the next chamber, we unlock our best friend called the Companion Cube. I mean, look at how cute he is, with its little hearts and its little box shape. We do everything together from this point on, solving puzzles. It helps us get up the stairs. It saves us from the particle balls. It even holds the door for us. This guy is the best. Until we find out at the end of the chamber that we need to sacrifice him to continue onward. With a heavy heart, we do so, unlocking Fratricide. Now we head into Chamber 19, where the robot tells us that this is the final chamber. By this time, we only need 3 more cameras, which are all in this chamber. We take care of that in dramatic fashion, unlocking Camera Shy. We make it to the end of the chamber, where we're rewarded by being slowly dropped into a pit of fire. We manage to weasel our way out, and the robot is extremely happy for us. They tell us that we beat the final test, and to hang out and we'll be collected. We continue attempting to make our escape from the facility and unlock Partygoer. So at this point, not only are we breaking out of the testing facility, but we're also literally breaking the game. We managed to get under the map and see crazy kind of colors, and we've outsmarted a robot meant to hurt us and watched a missile defy physics. Eventually, we found ourselves in a giant room filled with turrets in cubbies along the walls. We take out the turrets and manage to fling ourselves across the room, earning long jump. We continue on and shortly after meet the robot that's been overseeing our tests. It tells us it intends to take us out, and then miraculously one of its orbs fall off of it. We find an incinerator nearby and dump the orb into it. This turns the robot mad and sends out a missile robot to try and take us out. It also starts releasing toxic gas with a timer before our doom. We use the rocket missiles against it and have him hit itself. This drops more orbs from the robot to incinerate. After about 4 orbs in the incinerator, we successfully take down the robot overseer, earning Heartbreaker. Since we just beat the story, I wanted to swap it up and work on the bonus maps. There are 6 advanced maps, which are previous levels but made to be more difficult, and 6 challenge maps, which you have to complete a few times, one for having the least amount of portals, one with the least amount of steps taken, and one with the least amount of time until completing it. We start off with the advanced chambers, and after completing 2 out of the 6, we unlock Cupcake. After completing 4 out of the 6, we unlock Fruitcake. And after beating all 6, we unlock Vanilla Crazy Cake. Next came the challenge levels, and boy were we in for a treat with these. So let's break it down. The least portal challenges were a fun challenge. It was easy to sit and think of solutions, with occasionally having sections that would make or break the run. The least time sections felt a bit more difficult. With the knowledge I gained from the least portal runs, I was able to be less careful with my aim, as long as I kept progressing. For the gold medals, it still felt like we needed a near perfect run. I felt like we were running into the elevator at the last second almost every time we earned a gold. And then there was the least steps challenge. These things were terrible. It always takes a couple steps to get out of the elevator. I quickly learned if I jump crouch on the second step, we can fairly consistently get out. This is huge considering the first couple step challenge levels, 2 steps takes up about 1/4 to 1/3 of your steps for the whole room. Then comes our next obstacle, traveling through portals. I'm not sure if this is a me thing or a game thing, but to complete the challenges, I'm assuming we need to portal walk. Or at least that's what I call it, which is when I juggle between 2 portals and then line the next shot up on the floor of where I want to walk. Hovering through portals doesn't count as a step, except there's one huge problem with this. I noticed when I go through 2 portals that are on the ground, it feels like the game has a delay to try and adjust to the new portal perspective as we're turned upside down going through it. This is an obstacle for any kind of timed maneuver. Not only this, but if we try to move our camera or look around before the game is done with the adjustment, it will stutter our mouse in place like so, and we can't do anything about it. After hours and hours and resets and losses and ruined runs and glitchy portals and weird movement, we finally got the 18th gold medal. This unlocked 3 achievements all at once, 1 for each medal tier. For bronze, we got basic science, for silver, rocket science, and for gold, aperture science. For our last achievement, we need to replay the story mode. There are 26 hidden radios across the story. Normally the radios play a small jingle, but when taking them to a specific area, they'll play a sound similar to Morse code. These radios felt like a piece of cake after the challenge levels, and after our 26th radio, we earned transmission received. At this time, I can't even fathom an achievement that would be more difficult than those challenge levels, and honestly, with this series I wasn't prepared for achievements to stump me as hard as they've been getting. I was debating if I should take the time to show some of the cool things out of bounds in the game, but I felt it wasn't related to achievements at all. There are a ton of glitches for this game, so if you'd like to see that in the future, or if you have any other ideas for content that you'd like to see besides achievement hunting, whether that be in these videos or separate videos altogether, please let me know. As always, that's all the achievements, homies. Let me know if you liked the video, if you have a harder challenge for me to pursue within reason, or what game I should try to 100% next. Love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.